What's up? My name's Glueboy. Welcome back to the channel where we go over 40k. And today we got a topic that I'm sad I didn't cover earlier because this is a really fun and important topic in 40k. We're going to be talking about the Inquisition. The Inquisition, the Imperium's resident psychopaths, your secret police, your super spies, your detectives, your absolutely unhinged lunatics, whatever you want them to be. The Inquisition is a very important organization in the Imperium. They're the ones who ensure that a lot of things in the galaxy stay working in the good ways. And they cover a large facet of the Imperium in general and have a wide range of specialties and a wide range of authority. As a fun thing about the Inquisition, they're one of the many organizations inside the Imperium that exist outside normal power structure. Something they're often to remind you of. In fact, there's even a scene where, in one of the books, the Volta Terra books, please read it, where an Inquisitor stands up to a Custodian because they both claim, my power comes from the Emperor, nothing is between that. Which is true. And there's a lot going on in the Inquisition. It was founded a long time ago by Malcador the Sigillite. If anyone would design a secret organization full of subterfuge and counterintelligence, it'd be fucking Malcador. And now it's grown to become a very interesting organization full of many people of varying levels of capabilities or mental stability. As there are a lot of psychos in the Inquisition. You got your normal Inquisitors, like you got your Gregor Eisenhorns or your Amberley Vales, or you got Inquisitor Cryptman, a guy who is one of the few people to be removed from the Inquisition for being too evil because he saw the Tyranid threat and had the great idea to blow up the planets in between them and the Tyranids, full of people by the way, to starve out the Tyranid High Fleet. Didn't work, and he got excommunicated because he fucking course he should. He killed billions upon billions of people. But the Inquisition itself, it's laid out in a very interesting way with a lot of different factions and sub-factions and divisions. There's a lot. There are two key camps that we'll get into. There's the Ordos and the factions. I'm gonna get into some of the bare minimum because otherwise this would go on for a very long time. First things first, I'm gonna talk about the two factions that have a lot of sub-factions underneath, but whatever. You have your types of Inquisitors. What's their outlook on actually doing their job? You have your puritanical Inquisitors, the ones who believe that the Emperor's word is golden clad, they stick to it, anything going against the Imperium's teachings is evil. These ones shun all use of xenotech or any warp manipulation or anything slightly chaosy or heretic-y. They despise it. And a lot of them are very young or very new to the Inquisition, something the radical Inquisitors will often say. Radical Inquisitors have seen the horrible truth of the galaxy and decide to use a lot of that horribleness to fight back, where they're okay with using some Xeno stuff, they're okay with using some warp-based things, or to the point in, say, Gregor Eisenhorn using a whole-ass demon host. Obviously, that sounds like something an Inquisitor agent shouldn't use, right? It's said in the Inquisition that, like, all puritanical Inquisitors will eventually become radicals, and that's actually the plot, or at least one of the plot points for the Eisenhorn books. Read those, by the way. They're some of the best Inquisitor books ever. It's just Gregor Eisenhorn, the James Bond of 40k, doing some great shit. Read those books. And as well, there are very specific denominations underneath both camps where there's a lot more. I'm not getting into it because we got to get into the Ordos. So the Ordos, there are categorized again into Ordo majoris and Ordo minoris. Ordo majoris, you have your big three. And I'll get into Ordo minoris here at the end because I got a list of some fun ones that we'll go into, kind of dive into. Each of the Ordo majoris covers a wide range of issues in the Imperium and have their own chamber militant. Chamber militant being what standing army they have. First up, we got Ordo Malleus. Ordo Malleus is fighting against chaos, the warp, demons, all that shit. Something weird happens, a bunch of demons come into a planet, Ordo Malleus gets involved. And their chamber militant, the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights being a secret group of Space Marines who are all very psychically charged and really good at killing demons in particular. Also known to have the worst mech design I've ever seen. This thing looks fucking stupid. As well, the Grey Knights, when they go down to a planet, say a bunch of demons popped out and you're dying to demons, you kind of better hope those demons get you. Because if they don't, the Grey Knights will. They don't like leaving witnesses, and you might be chaos corrupted because you've seen a demon once. Next up, we got the Ordo Xenos. As it sounds, they deal with many of the Xenos races, or just random aliens that appear in 40k. And this isn't just like military stuff either. They will also undergo diplomatic missions, as some can speak other languages of the factions in 40k, and undergo, say, diplomatic treaties with like the Tau or the Eldar, or say in the Caiaphas Cain books, Amberly Vale, she's an Ordo Xenos, and she actually knows how to speak Orc. According to her, it's just a lot of guttural noises and hitting yourself on the head. Their chamber militant is the Death Watch. Now think of the Death Watch as the Spec Ops Space Marines. These are the best of the best, usually, there's some exceptions. They're gathered from other chapters of Space Marines, pulled in, and they all can work together as one team and, you know, go through their missions, killing aliens. They're really good at that. They also mastercraft their own ammunition, the specialty kill certain alien races. They have a special bolter round that can turn off the Necron's reanimation protocols, like shit like that. And as well, if you want to experience the story of the Death Watch, you should read the Death Watch Shadowbreaker. This book is really good from everything I hear, and is a great way to read about the Iraq War in a 40k lens. I'm not joking about that. This is legitimately just the Iraq War in 40k. And lastly, the Ordo Majoris, we got the Ordo Hereticus. As it also kind of sounds, this one's pretty obvious, they deal with heretics, be it chaos cults, Xenos sympathizers, or any sort of weird rebellions. That's their deal. And that's what they investigate through and through, but it's not super complicated. Their Ordo militant is the Adeptus Sororitas, or the Battle Sisters. They have the nuns with guns to go combat heretics. And I mean, if you have to have an army to kill heretics, the sisters will do it the best. They really enjoy the work. And I have a video on the sisters if you want to learn more about them. Love that video. I think it's really good, so go watch that if you want to hear more. And lastly, we got those Ordo Minoris I told you about. I got my phone here because I have a list of a few that I'm going to bring up. I looked through all the ones we have information on. There's not a lot of information on some of these, and I paged together what I could through like multiple wikis. So I have this list of the fun ones, because like I could sit here and talk about the Ordo Astartes or the Ordo Mechanica. You can tell what they do. I don't need to explain that to you. I hope you can tell what they do. But first up, we got the Ordo Astra. Now the Ordo Astra deals with maps. Boring. They're the guys who run the star charts of 40k, because the galaxy is complex and information is hard to find. However, in a more fun avenue for them, the reason I'm bringing them up, they combat something known as the Tyrant Star, which is a strange, possibly metaphysical thing. It's a black dwarf star that appears in a planet's sky, and a little bit after its appearance, horrible shit go down, be it complete societal collapse, alien invasion, say your planet just kind of explodes for some reason, whatever. Now, we don't really know anything about it. It's actually a point in one of the Dark Heresy like source books. There's a campaign based around it, so it's kept a little vague. And it's also very vague, so DMs at home, you can, run what you want to run. But this galactic Mothman, we don't know if it's a portent of doom or the cause of it. Who knows? I love this thing though. Next up, we got the Ordo Hydra, and oh boy, okay. So the Ordo Hydra is the main villains of the Inquisitor book or Draco by Ian Watson. Now there's some people in the audience that might know what I'm talking about here, as this book is a little notorious, because it's an interesting book, because it's quite literally just the writer's poorly disguised fetish. The book, it's a real weird read. I don't recommend you read it. Go watch the TTS podcast on it. It's more entertaining than the book, please. But Ordo Hydra is an offshoot of the Illuminati, because yes, the Illuminati is fucking real in 40k. And they had a delightful plan to make a human hive mind. They're like, yeah, the Chaos Gods will die if the people don't have emotions or thoughts. We'll just make a human hive mind. A stupid fucking plan. Draco took them all out, saved the day, yippee. I don't know how canon these are, but an excuse to inform more people about the Draco book, I guess. Next, we got Ordo Cronus. Now, these guys deal with the galactic calendar and time because, like the maps, it's really fucked over. In fact, it was so fucked that when Gilman got revived and looked at just the clusterfuck, he reset the calendar at M42, like 00. I was like, all right, this is where we're starting. Pissing them off because, you know, all your hard work gets thrown away when the new guy joins. Sucks. But they also deal with time travel because time travel is possible through the warp. The warp operates on non-linear time. So theoretically, you can time travel in 40K once you figure out how to do it. That's what they're trying to do. As well, they know about the Fallen. For you Dark Angel fans, they seem to be going after the Fallen. Because they 100% time travel. That's just true. Next, we got the Ordo Custodium. These guys are real fun. Their job is to sit on Terra and make sure nothing bad happens. That's it. They keep the peace, make sure people are nice and suppressed, no aliens are getting in, no chaos is popping up. I'm only bringing them up because you should read the Vault of Terra. Read it for real. It's so good. Just please. They're Ordo Custodium Inquisitors. Just read it. Then we got the Ordo Exorium. Now these guys are the ones who monitor the exterminatus that the Inquisition can pull and make sure they're doing it for the right reasons. And they're dog shit at their job, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because it keeps on happening. Critman, and as well, it's actually written, I think, in one of the codexes or the Dark Heresy book, I forget which, but apparently 90% of Inquisitors that call in an exterminatus are excommunicated. So they're real good at disciplinary measures, not so good at preventative. They're something, I guess. I feel like if they didn't exist, the Imperium would run out of planets. Next, we got Ordo Obsoletus. Now, these dudes fucking rule, and I'm really upset. So, anyways, the Ordo Obsoletus investigates strange phenomena and possible miracles that pop up. Something weird happens on a planet, maybe the Emperor's there, or some Tzeentch demon trying to do some extra tricksy stuff, because they like to do that. And they go there, investigate, and determine if it's a real miracle or some weird warp shit. Now, the reason I'm annoyed is because why the fuck do we not have a book based on these guys? They're 40K X-Files. That shit rules. I want to see Inquisitor Scully and Mulder going around investigating weird demon stuff. That sounds so fun, please. And lastly, we got a twofer. We got the Ordo Necros and the Ordo Vigilance. Now they're very tied together, which is why I'm bringing them up. So Ordo Necros is 5 Inquisitors who are doing something that we don't know about. There's nothing on it. And Ordo Vigilance was made just to watch over Ordo Necros to make sure they're not doing anything weird and fucking. That's it. That's all the info we have. We know the names and that there's 5 of them. So what are they doing? There's a couple theories. There's one I personally kind of ascribe to, but there's a theory that they might be a bunch of death cult assassins who are just really extra good at their job and making sure that death cults are kept in line. There's a theory that maybe they're studying Necrons because Necron sounds the same. And then the one I kind of ascribe to, I think they're studying reanimation and death. Because necromancy is 100% a thing in 40K. Mortarian's dad did it. So, if it's possible, maybe they're trying to revive the Emperor. Or maybe they're studying the Emperor's decay, which I think justifies the reason of having a super secret organization looking over their shoulders. Because if they're dealing with Big E himself, that's a big thing to watch over, because one bad Inquisitor, that's your god dead. But yeah, that's about it. That's the Inquisition and some fun parts they have. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, do that stuff, and see ya.